Oh gosh, that is funny. This thing never goes off and goes back to the show Walker. All right, folks, sorry for the technical difficulties and the lateness. You know, I'm colored people time. This is the score and the Freak-nasty. How is everybody doing tonight? I guess not so well if you are a soap opera actor. Another one has bitten the dust tonight. In addition to young and restless star Christophe St. John dying at 52, we have, I'm sad to report, another sad death of another soap opera star. She plays Donna in All My Children. She has passed at the age of 66. And I'm trying to find her name real quick, and it's not coming up. I was just reading about her just a few seconds ago. Anyway, that's what you get for lack of show prep, folks, and running behind the schedule. And to be honest, truth be told, I could barely see right now because I had gone to the doctor and to my ophthalmologist, and they had me fitted for some new prescription, and they did all this kind of glaucoma test and stuff on me and whatnot. It was pretty darn interesting. And I'm just slowly starting to get back my eyesight to where it used to be of optimal performance. Since I've been promoting this show all night, I was like, there is no way for me not to come on and not do the show. All right? So call me up. Phone lines are wide open. We're on Facebook. We are on YouTube. And also on my website, freaknastywebcast.com. Numbers 410-929-1128. 410-929-1128. The phone lines are wide open. This is The Score with Freak-nasty. All right, big talk in town this past weekend is Governor Moonwalk. Virginia's Governor Moonwalk came out and apologized after being seen in a medical yearbook in blackface. Now, I'm not sure or not if this is him or not, but this is his first apology.
I'm deeply sorry. I cannot change the decisions I made, nor can I undo the harm my behavior caused then and today. But I accept responsibility for my past actions, and I am ready to do the hard work of regaining your trust.
That's it. There's nothing else to it. He said he's sorry, move on, nothing else to see. But for some reason, black folks and the Klan and blackface just won't let it be. My. Oh, my goodness. So when he first fessed up to probably being in the yearbook, I guess wasn't polling well, so he had to come out and do a flat outright Trump with apology number 2.
When I was confronted with the images yesterday, I was appalled that they appeared on my page, but I believe then and now that I am not either of the people in that photo.
Well, there you have it. It wasn't me. Yeah. 24 hours ago, it might have been me. But now, not so much. I don't think it's me anymore. Definitely not me. So, nothing else to talk about. It wasn't me. Nothing to do. Now, everybody's all up in arms about it. So my take on this whole thing is this is pretty simple. I think this is payback and retribution for him signing that abortion law. Yes, because this man had ran for office several times, and I'm sure had there been any real opposition research, this would have came up long time ago. It did not. Or maybe somebody knew it wasn't him in the picture and decided to go along with it anyway as retribution. Now, 34 years ago, 33 years ago is a long time ago. I was only 11 years old at the time. So I cannot tell you what I did as a 11-year-old. Shucks, I can't even tell you what I did as a 42-year-old. But that's kind of one of those things that would stick out at somebody. You know, if you ever stood next to somebody in a Klan's outfit. Or if I, in my case, ever donned whiteface. I don't know. You tell me some of your stories you guys have done in the last 33 years that you or may not be yours. You know? The chat line's wide open, 410-929-1128. The chat rooms are wide open. You could leave messages if you can't get through on the phone. 410-929-1128. We are live tonight. We're talking about Governor Moonwalker and so many other things to talk about tonight. And I hope before 11 o'clock Eastern time, my full vision is restored so I can read to you some of these other things that's been coming down the line. So you have Governor Moonwalker. Because I'm going to call him Governor Moonwalker because he said he was in a dance competition to imitate Michael Jackson. There's got to be video. One of the old VHS handheld camcorders with a big old VHS cassette tape, rolling, recording somewhere. Somebody has to have a videotape of this dance contest. If Kavanaugh can have a calendar where him and Skip, whatever his friend's name was, still to this day have that calendar. Somebody, somewhere, please send your boy, Freak-nasty, okay, of the score. Send me that video. I would love to see the Governor Northam doing the moonwalk. Hey, it happens. Maybe he was trying, that was, it was the Vanilla Ice era. So you really can't blame the man for too much. But before I get into my long, exasperated discussion about what I think is really happening, MSNBC had to go to good old Reverend Al Sharpton, indeed, to take his take on it because it is anything black. You got to go to the good old Reverend.
The Klan uniform is a terrorist uniform. You see lynching, you see bloodshed, you see people that were killed because of the color of their skin. This is not just some kind of comedic kind of thing. This represents to us actual lynchings that all of our families, or most of our families, had some kind of engagement with. And for this gentleman, the governor, to say that I take responsibility for my decisions and then turn around the next morning and say it wasn't me. It not only sounds disingenuous, you have to ask yourself the question, Chris, you raised the possibility that you could have been in the picture, which is disturbing. Because you should know right away, couldn't have happened. I would have never done that. Yeah. The fact that he even entertained it convicted him. Then he comes back and says, no, it wasn't me. I talked to my classmates. You have to talk to your classmates that you were not in a picture with a Klansman. And then said, but I put on blackface to do Michael Jackson. 1984, Michael Jackson was on the Victory Tour. Yeah. I did the community affairs there. I saw Tens of thousands of white kids imitating Michael Jackson, having on the Thriller jacket and all. None of them had blackface. 84 was the year Reverend Jesse Jackson won the Virginia primary, that he was in school in Virginia. So you were mocking at a time of black advancement, of blacks really breaking through mainstream, and you would put on blackface and then talk about, and it was hard to get it off. I think he should resign immediately.
Wow. So should Mitch McConnell resign as well too? You know, since he was pictured with the Confederate flag once upon a time, probably around the same decade. See, the hypocrisy of it all is, the cynic in me is kind of like rooting for the governor, Moonwalker. Simply because, not because he's a Democrat, but because I want to see if he has the Trump mojo effect. You know, the Dapper Don, where nothing sticks to him. Had he just come out and say, you know what? It wasn't me. And there's nobody else to corroborate. I don't think. I mean, okay, well, there was 3 people. 3 people could corroborate whether or not that's him or not. You have the person, you have the 2 people in the picture, and if he was not using one of them like self-timer Polaroid thingamagigs, then there was a 3rd person there, a cameraman. So there's definitely at least 2, but possibly a 3rd person who could corroborate. 33 years, somebody has to be alive to remember that. And what if it is a mistake that, you know, they incorporate this picture on his page in the yearbook? And they couldn't quite make out who it was. So, you know, they just say, you know, they probably had a gripe against the governor for boning one of the girlfriends or something, you know, and said, let me get back at this dude. Anything's freaking possible. You know, the cynic in me is really rooting for Governor Moonwalker. Because I think the pro-life movement is really behind all of this. Think about this here. Last week in our speaking tour, signed the bill to outlaw abortion late term, to allow abortion late term. You know, he made it sound so holy and wholesome and, you know, la 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 la. And then bam, this hit on Friday. Saturday, I'm sorry if I offended. I'm sorry, you know, that person that I was years ago is not the person I am today. Then the next day, he's completely not that person at all. He's a shapeshifter. I don't know. Call me up. Let's talk about this. 410-929-1128. We are live tonight, this Monday night, okay? Let me know what your thoughts are on Governor Moonwalker. And I'll continue to let you know what my thoughts are, because it's about to get really deep up in here, folks, because I am large and in charge, and I have every single reason right now to really break it down to you guys what's really happening in Virginia, which is, you know what they say, Virginia's for lovers. And right now there's a lot of hating going on right now because this governor refused to love the unborn children that would have been probably put to death under this new law. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Somebody please let me know. I'm rarely ever seldom wrong. Let us dissect his first apology, don't we? This came on Friday as the first apology.
I'm deeply sorry. I cannot change the decisions I made, nor can I undo the harm my behavior caused then and today. But I accept responsibility for my past actions, and I am ready to do the hard work of regaining your trust.
And yet he has yet to say whether or not that is him or not. All right? It may be me, may not be me, could be me, could be my twin brother, maybe it's my twin cousin. I don't know. You wasn't there, I wasn't there. So I guess after reflecting on the fact that he might actually lose this media battle. See, here's the thing. I believe we are becoming a country of little bitches and wusses, where the minute something goes wrong, you gotta like get rid of the person. We're becoming a nation that don't believe in contrition anymore. We're becoming a nation of people at the slightest infraction, you're fired. Whatever happened to second chances if that was him? A person can change a lot in 30 plus years. Look at the most recent judge, you know, that got sat in the Supreme Court. You know, he's been known to be a heavy drinker back in the days. But now, he's a straight family Christian man. Do we not believe that people can change? Yes or no? Now, if you're a Republican, you're sitting on the sideline and watching with awe and glee as Democrats eat their own. While you have your own in the White House. You have your own President Moonwalker in the White House. Mr. Grab him by the bullshit. And he gets promoted to being the president. The only thing that this Governor Moonwalker admitted to was putting shoe polish on his chin to imitate, Michael Jackson. Don't stop till you get enough. Double standards. Double standards. I mean, if you look at the picture really, really good, there is no way you could tell that is the governor. There's no way you could tell. Do I have that picture right here? Oh gosh, I guess I don't. I thought I did. And there's definitely no way you could tell if that's him in the Klan's outfit. But the man said it wasn't him on the next day. Forcefully said that was him. Now, had he came out from the get-go and said that was not me, he must not be an obstetrician, because anybody who look at that yearbook cannot make out that face of those individuals pictured in that Klan section. So he could have easily gotten away with it. But Governor Moonwalker is bitching up. And he's saying, now the next day he's saying it wasn't him. Before he was apologized for maybe it being him. After 30 years, your memory's a little funny. I get that. Get some ginkgo. I get that. Shucks, I have a hard time remembering what I wore just yesterday. It happens. But it's not the end of the world, folks. Call me up. Let's talk about this. 410-929-1128. 410-929-1128. Now, the Lieutenant Governor of Virginia. I wonder if this is the reason why it wasn't playing. Let me see something. Hold on. Okay, let's take a look at this yearbook. Nope. Still not showing. Because nothing is perfect in this world. So, this Lieutenant Governor, Mr. Fairfax, yes, Mr. Fairfax. This morning when I made my promo, I said, I get at you, player. I had no idea that you was actually a real player. Oh, yes. Soon after I made that promo this morning, I started reading all kinds of salacious stories about the Lieutenant Governor and his philandering ways. Oh, yes. Virginia is definitely for lovers with this Lieutenant Governor, Justin Fairfax. 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 Fairfa It's all right though. Player. Ooh. Can we give the guy a break? But I got my own philosophy and opinion about this here, Justin Fairfax. Now, I think the right to life groups has so much hatred for the left. They have so much hatred for the women's right to choose groups that they will go and stop at nothing to get rid of this governor. They'll be even willing to accept a black man in office. Think about that for a second. They're willing to accept a black man in office over a moonwalking governor. That's how much power the Right to Life group has against the pro-choice groups. If you think I'm way off base here, let me know, folks. 410-929-1128. My phone is not ringing, so you must be agreeing with me. I'll tell you this, though. If I was Justin Fairfax, playboy extraordinaire, allegedly, I would be very cautious about that position because they have a thing about lynching folks down in the South. And Virginia is the South, the beginning of the South, the beginning of Jim Crow, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Be very cautious, Mr. Fairfax, if you end up being elevated and promoted to this position. It will be only a matter of time before the hail come at you. You notice homeboy has not even resigned yet. And they already bring out your dirty skeleton to muddy the waters. They're afraid of another black man in the governorship. They did all they can to make sure black man did not elevate in Florida and in Georgia. And here we have, ladies and gentlemen, a chance of having a black man elevated to high office in Virginia. That's got to be scaring a lot of the Klansmen out there right about now. It has to be. If you're a Klansman, call me up. You could call me, blocked. I don't care. Tell me, how does the notion of having a black man as your governor elevated to your governorship, how much does that scare you? Let me know. Think about that. How much does that scare you? To the point where you're also dreading up decades-old accusations, or you tell me. Decades-old he said, she said. The Klansman thought, I didn't think they thought about the next step here. They would much rather have a black man in office. The Klans, man, the KKK. I don't see that happening. I don't see it at all. I think they forgot that the lieutenant governor was a black person. They probably just heard the name Fairfax. Like as in Fairfax, Virginia. And automatically assumed that if they could get rid of this white guy, Fairfax would take over and all would be well with the world again. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they would much rather keep this white boy in place, in power, than allow this Negro to be elevated to the position of governor. They thwarted off the dude in Florida and Stacey Abrams in Georgia. Bad enough they had 8 years of Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. And you gonna tell me you gonna allow this Negro to rule Virginia after the issues with that happened a couple of years ago when that poor child lost her life and being ran over by a car by a racist in a racist Nazi march rally? Scary times ahead, folks. Oh, yeah. Waiting for your phone calls. Phone's wide open. 410-929-1128. You can also send text messages as well there, too. I want to get your opinions. Where's my racist people out there tonight? They normally call. If I'm talking about aliens, they're calling. If I'm talking about Trump, they're calling. Talk about Governor Moonwalker, no one calls. Prove me wrong, call me. So much other stuff to get to in the news tonight. And again, like I said, anything black, they gotta go to Sharpton to get his black perspective.
The Klan uniform is a terrorist uniform. You see lynching, you see bloodshed, you see people that were killed because of the color of their skin. This is not just some kind of comedic kind of thing. This represents to us actual lynchings that all of our families, or most of our families, had some kind of engagement with. And for this gentleman, the governor, to say that I take responsibility for my decisions and then turn around the next morning and say, it wasn't me. It not only sounds disingenuous, you have to ask yourself the question, Chris, you raised the possibility that you could have been in the picture, which is disturbing. Because you should know right away, couldn't have happened. I would have never done that. The fact that he even entertained it convicted him. Then he comes back and says, no, it wasn't me. I talked to my classmates. You have to talk to your classmates that you were not in a picture with a Klansman. And then said, but I put on blackface to do Michael Jackson. 1984, Michael Jackson was on the Victory Tour. I did the community affairs there. I saw tens of thousands of white kids imitating Michael Jackson, having on the Thriller jacket and all. None of them had blackface. 84 was the year Reverend Jesse Jackson won the Virginia primary, that he was in school in Virginia. So you were mocking at a time of black advancement, of blacks really breaking through mainstream, and you would put on blackface and then talk about, and it was hard to get it off. I think he should resign immediately.
Maybe the guy just want to have some fun. So much news, so much news. A lobbyist at the Trump Tower meeting received $500,000 in suspicious payments. A bank flagged transactions, including large cash deposits made before and after Renat Kabler attended the 2016 Trump Tower meeting. A Russian-born lobbyist who attended the controversial Trump Tower meeting. The plot is thickening. Documents reviewed by BuzzFeed Aren't they out of business yet? Shows that Renard, a Soviet military officer turned Washington lobbyist, deposited large round numbers amount of cash into the months preceding and following the meeting, where a Russian lawyer offered senior Trump campaign officials dirt on Hillary, not my soup, Clinton. The lobbyist also received a large payment that bank investigators deemed suspicious from Denis Katsev, whose company Prevzon Holdings was accused by the U.S. Justice Department of laundering the proceeds of 230 million Russian tax frauds. Here's the thing I don't ever get with these foreigners. Why do they love to leave their money in U.S. banks? I know the U.S. bank is the most stable. But why not take it to the Cayman Islands? I mean, there's no uprising. Ain't nothing going on down there. It's a haven for money laundering and offshore business activities. Why always leave it with the U.S., U.S. banking system where the government can keep tabs on you and do X, Y, and Z? I know it's hard to get on a plane with $500,000 and that is that. But seriously, this got to be couriers or something. The Trump Tower meeting and those who attend it have become a focus of special counsel Robert Mueller's inquiry into whether the president's campaign colluded with Russia to interfere in the 2016 election. As part of that inquiry, banks were asked to pull financial information on the meeting attendees, and investigators at Wells Fargo handed over documents on Akhmachin to the U.S. Treasury in 2017. Those records were passed to Mueller's team, but Pete Carr, a spokesman for the special counsel, declined to say whether the transactions are under investigation. Of course they're under investigation. Why wouldn't they be under investigation? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. In other news, Trump picks ex-lobbyist and oil tycoon to be his Interior Secretary, David Bernhardt. I am pleased to announce that David Bernhardt, acting Secretary of the Interior, will be nominated as Secretary of the Interior full-time. Bernhardt, whose past clients include oil companies and other business before the Interior Department, will lead an agency that oversees about 500 million acres as well as the energy production on that land. Giveaway, anybody? Brian Zinke, giveaway? Hello. Brian Zinke 2.0. It's a free fall. And Paul Manafort, boy, did he get himself in a pickle, will be sentenced March 13th. Care to wager on how much time this turncoat will get? I'm guessing 5 to 10 years. He'll be out. Probably in good behavior in about a year and a half. 410-929-1128 is the phone number. Democrats block Senate bill requiring Medicare for babies that survive abortion. Ouch. Not touching that with a bat. Oh, we are live on YouTube. I see the YouTube chat rooms is popping. Yeah, I see you. No, I'm an independent. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I like to think for myself. Thank you. You should try it sometime. UN pick Heather Nauert hosted panel on Sharia law. Can somebody tell me how do I get in the Fox network? Because evidently that's the stepping stone to higher government positions or more lucrative government positions. UN ambassador from a Fox host. All right. I could play along. I am what you could say an international traveler. I carry along with me everywhere I go my global entry card, that allows me to zip through customs and all that good stuff. I've been to over a couple of dozen countries already in my 44 years of existence. So does that automatically qualify me to be a UN ambassador for America or for Haiti? Just like Miss Newart, I'm a broadcaster. I'm a traveler. By all indications, I have what it takes. Right or wrong, folks, hit me up. Let me know. 410-929-1128. All you got to do is become a Fox correspondent. And you are in it, baby. Trump, holler at your boy. Let me be the ambassador to Haiti or something, man. I hear the weather is nice around this time of the year. I swear, man. I don't know what school she went to or what qualifications she got. Oh, wow. The Republicans are defying Trump on a national emergency. That's a new one. McConnell, developing a spine. Interesting. Many state Republicans are deeply opposed to President Donald Trump's declaring a national emergency to build his border wall. I keep telling y'all folks about this damn wall. Let him build a damn wall and we'll graffiti the ish out of that nonsense. With enough resistance that the president might ultimately be forced to a veto measure intended to block him. Interviews with a dozen GOP senators on Monday revealed broad efforts to waive Trump from doing an end run around Congress. Part of an effort to avoid political perilous floor vote that could place them at odds with the president. Fascinating. McConnell finally developing backbone. Riddle me this. I think I know why that's happening. Since January 3rd, when Pelosi and company took over the House, how many laws has the president actually signed? How many laws have actually passed through Congress since the 3rd of January? When Pelosi and company became Pelosi and company. So I think now the Republicans are trying to play catch up. You see? Because if they don't show they got a backbone now, then they're going to look like, they've never stood up to this president. And that the only reason things are the way they are is because of Pelosi. And they do not want Pelosi coming off looking as the savior of America. That'd be taking too much away from McConnell. Think about that logic. Think about that logic. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. 410-929-1128. We are live. Call me up. 410-929-1128. I think right now the Republicans are finally developing a spleen because they don't want Pelosi dictating what happens in Congress. Well, it might be a little too late for that at this point in time. McConnell. Something else I wanted to talk to y'all about that caught my eye. Oh gosh, tell you, I still can't see clearly. Meghan McCain says she's no longer calling herself a Republican. That defections has started. Keep an eye on this place. I spoke about this in my previous show about Bill Cosby diagnosing inmates as Dr. Huxtable. Let that simmer down. Think about that for a second. You have a blind man sitting in jail, a comedian, still beloved by millions. Don't get it twisted. Still beloved by millions. Ain't got no place to go. Ain't got no elixirs to conjure up to give to no unsuspecting females. So his mind starts to wander to happier, more productive moments. To his alter ego of Dr. Huxtable. So now he's gone quite popular in the prison cell to the point where he is self-diagnosing these inmates. And the inmates are loving it like Jello pudding pa. Like Jello pudding, they're loving it. The staff is allowing him to continue to play along. I mean, hey, he's not writing any real prescriptions. But I think something went awry the other day when he was in character. I think he might have gave somebody a wrong diagnosis because they try to take him out with a drone in the prison yards. Imagine that. They sent in a drone to take out a blind man in the prison yard. Now, in all fairness, I don't know if that drone was there to capture pictures of Cosby in jail or what. But I think it's a little suspect that this happened shortly after he started playing the part of Dr. Huxtable, diagnosing patients. So I don't know how that would even work in jail. A person goes to see the good Dr. Huxtable. Hey, I'm Tim. I'm from cell block 18. I'm here because I killed my mama. But in the meantime, I got a sprained ankle. And here comes Dr. Cliff Huxtable. Touching the leg, massaging the leg, trying to snap this ankle back into place. Making Tim, murderer, all that happy. Until Tim, the murderer, realizes that he didn't get treated by a real doctor. Now Tim, the murderer, calls his cousin out in West Bubblefuck and be like, yo, I need you to get that drone in, load it or something, and then you're going to take this motherfucker out. I could very much see a scenario where it went down like that. I don't know about y'all, but I could definitely see a scenario where it happened. Anyway, I got a couple more minutes left, and I sure would love to hear from y'all. 410-929-1128. 410-929-1128. The score is on with Freak-nasty. Remember, you could always catch us on YouTube or on Facebook, or you could always go to my website, freaknastywebcast.com. freaknastywebcast.com. And also, you could always text me around the clock at 410-929-1128. 410-929-1128. So my time is up. If not calling, I am done talking to myself. I am not crazy man. We touched the subject of the governor. Apologizing not once, but twice. We went to get the opinion of of Reverend Al Sharpton and his insightful ways. All right. And we spoke about Dr. Cliff Huxtable. All in all, my job here is done. These bright lights are putting my ass to sleep. It's almost 11 o'clock Eastern. In about 6 more minutes. I am calling it early because I'll be back here tomorrow night at 10 p.m. And we will do it all over again. Recap the top stories making headlines of the day. And until next time, take care of yourself.